We are live-ish, I guess. Waiting for
So
it.
I only
There
get
it is.
I only get one thing for leveling up, and it's like a new thing I can pull out of my. It's a new alchemical formula, but then all of my alchemical formulas get leveled up at level 9.
That was a sneeze. Jeez.
So now my healing draft does 5d8.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
Stuff. Really nice stuff.
And then I can either choose a Swift Step draft or a Thunderstone. A Speed Potion or a Thunder Rock. The Thunder Rock knocks people prone and pushes them away, and the Speed Drink gives you increases creature speed by 20 feet for 1 minute.
Okay.
But it tastes like flat soda.
It's very, very specific.
And
was
if you
very
hold
specific.
the Thunderstone, you're constantly being shocked by static electricity.
Oh, I added
So-
Blade Ward and Magic Mouth. That's what I did.
So it's more annoying than anything, because you're just like like a hot potato.
I can put messages and things and then throw them at people.
Listen to my email.
Just leave them there. That's all. No.
Let's just give you the AOL sound. You've got mail.
Yeah, I don't know why I decided recently that was like the most useful thing, but I just put it on like 5 characters at one time. It's probably not that useful.
So how's everybody's week been?
It's been good.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Meh.
Meh.
If I didn't have to work, it'd be better, but it'd be what it'd be.
I didn't have to work 2 days this week, but then I had a cold, so... It's not like running a fever in the summer. It sucks.
What level are we supposed to be now?
10!
10, okay. I forgot to level up.
Yes, you did. Jeff just did it while we're waiting for you.
It's going to
Yeah.
be. It's going to
Let
go.
me make sure that it leveled up my proficiency bonus. It did. Now
Poor Bob getting left behind.
my spell save should be
Paladins don't do a whole lot of...
Yeah, you know.
leveling.
Alright, so while you do that, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick and check that
Okay,
log
okay.
that just buzzed at me.
Level
I
10.
might change my spell. I leveled up.
15.
Yeah, I have no change in my spells. No change in my bonus. I don't get any boosts. I do get ooh, I now have Aura of Courage.
Ooh. Auras are nice.
If you are within 10 feet of me, you can't be frightened.
Oh, nice. Very
And-
nice.
And I now cannot be frightened.
Do you have multiple auras, like distances?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, why did I do that and not this? That was dumb.
Alrighty, we will.
I said magic mouth and take hints.
We will figure that out.
My protective auras are 10 feet out,
Mm-hmm.
but my aura of defiance that affects my enemies is, oh, that is 10 feet. Oh, so they're all 10 feet.
Okay. And hello, wandering. Usually most people are frightened when within 10 feet of me. Oh, I don't think that's true.
Be right back.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Visibility. Taking that so much. Oh.
Alright, I will wait till Jeff gets back before we put our faces in the lives. Alrighty. I feel like I'm forgetting to do something, but... a lot of good that feeling does when you don't remember what it is.
Eventually you'll remember. Hopefully it's
Probably
before
when
the
it's
house.
too late to do the thing that needs to be done that I think I'm forgetting to do.
Yeah. That happens.
Let me grab a mini. Not that I think it'll show up great with this camera thing. That keeps phasing me in and out. Actually, will it? Let's see here. Nope.
For a half a second it does. Scoot back a wee bit. Oh, that didn't help. It did a little bit.
Yeah, it's not gonna do great. Not gonna do the greats. That's right. That's okay.
Oh yeah, I observe it now, don't forget.
Don't tell me, you remember.
It affects passive perception.
Uh-huh, but you gotta remind me, hey, it's passive behind.
I don't know what's passive perceptive. You decide what's passive perception.
What is your
decide.
passive perception now?
I have, it's a plus side bonus, it's 15.
15? Okay. You know, I will forget that. And
It's on my sheet, but...
I don't have your guys' sheets open all the time.
Alright. I can also read lips. It says plus 5 bonus to your passive perception and passive investigation scores, but only let me add it to perception.
Well, yeah, because passive investigation isn't like a real...
It's not a used thing very often.
Yeah, it's not on the sheet.
It is on the D&D Beyond sheet, so that's why Excuse mentions.
I don't give a crap about D&D Beyond.
Ooh.
I don't use D&D Beyond.
Well, I do, otherwise I can't figure out how to do the sheets. So there.
You know, Roll20 has a thing where it automatically does it for you now.
It doesn't calculate your levels up. I need math. I need the help with math. It doesn't level you. You have to level yourself.
Well, yes, you just hit level up.
No, it doesn't calculate correctly. You have to make sure it calculates correctly. I had to
For
go
what?
back in to trace my stuff. For stuff like your skill Do skills don't level up or anything? Sometimes?
Yes they do. I mean, unless you have, like, Jack of all trades. And then you have to go check that you have Jack of all trades.
No, I'm a rogue. I had to go add stuff. Because it doubles. I stopped math.
Alright.
Where the hell Jeff go?
Come on, good hit point roll.
Jeff, just because you're in the kitchen now doesn't mean you can go make a grilled cheese sandwich whenever you want.
Good roll, good roll, good roll.
Nope.
No, I forgot this one. Bad roll. Shut up. Blech. Suck.
Take the average.
Yeah, so 6.
I don't think I ever did that.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go put our faces live and Jeff's chair can just introduce Jeff. Hello, everybody. We're waiting on Jeff here just to, get back to his seat. He's in a new spot. Sorry, I'm reading an email because apparently there's a new Twitch thing that's starting or something. I don't fucking know. I'll read it later. I will read it later. Yeah, wondering if he's making sandwiches, I want a sandwich too.
Are you talking about the sub-stream? The sub-streams?
No, it's there's a thing the 15th and the 16th for something to do with Twitch sellout or some crap.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's Sundays.
Yeah. Jeff, were you making sandwiches and not sharing?
I was
I
pooping.
think he was pooping.
I was pooping.
Oh, thank you for that information.
Had to use the potty squatty.
Squatty potty?
Squatty potty.
Those are quite nice.
Man's greatest invention so far. Other than air conditioning.
Oh,
Oh god, yeah.
God for that.
Yeah.
Danny,
It's like some
what's your
kid
health at
attached
now,
to
my
Jeff
dude?
with a bunch of tattoos.
When we last left our intrepid adventurers, I have 36 hit points left.
I mean total. Total.
Oh, it's now 101.
Oh shit, you passed me. I'm at 87. You passed me last time too, but
Yeah.
at one point we were the same. We were close.
Yeah, rub it in. Rub it in.
And Claudia had always been ahead of him.
For a tiny little gnome boy, I got a 16 constitution, man. I'm not doing half bad.
Alright, so...
I need that constitution for all the experiments that blow up on me. Otherwise I wouldn't survive.
So, hi guys. How's everybody doing out there in viewership land and player land? So, quick announcements. If you're watching my streams live, you are earning gold pieces, which will allow you to purchase things from my Twitch store, which includes now some actual miniatures, the effing cool miniatures that I get every month from the RPG crate. I don't use, so I'm going to redistribute them. Much like the wealth in the US should be redistributed. Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. You're right. I'm gonna Reaganomics, Reaganomics my minis to whoever wants them.
The old trickle down.
They're gonna trickle down to the viewers. You just have to have 5,000 gold pieces and redeem that store item. And I will send you a random miniature. I have prepackaged them and, like, numbered the packages, so you'll get whatever is in number 1, because I still have that one. And then 2 and 3 and 4. All the way up to, like, 25 right now, so. Somebody claim them, please. I don't want them anymore. I'm just taking up space. Nope. It's, I think it's GP. Or gold. Or something. I don't remember.
Gold.
It is gold, okay. It is gold. I just... commands. Anyway, those are my announcements. That's all I got. I should be back to normal streaming this coming week. I've taken quite a few months off because of reasons. So yeah, let's go around and tell them who you are and who you play. Emily.
Hey, I'm Crazy Kitty, and I play Mina, the tiefling daughter of the big bad man. Arcane Trickster Road.
Nancy.
I'm Nancy. I play Rakal Buron, a dwarf bard. And I think that's it.
Jeff.
Hello. I play Basil Timbers, the flying gnome. He does not enjoy being up front in the battles like he was last time.
I love that show.
It's a spin-off from the Flying Nun.
Basil Timbers, the flying gnome. But hopefully we will get to where we're going today.
Your sister's name is Bertrill.
And Danny.
And I'm Two North in chat, and I'm playing Koltash Karn, the half-orc paladin, who is wondering what we're gonna do.
Yeah, who wants to recap last session?
A gnome peed on me.
Oh yeah, it did! I was like, wait, when did Basil pee on you?
No.
I was like, there's a second
The other
one.
one. The other one.
The other gnome, Bertrand, or something like
Burkham.
that.
So
Burkham.
we battled a demon. Basil really frustrated the DM by blocking everybody with one spell.
Mm-hmm.
The demon got murderated by Emily's character, whose name I can't remember right at this exact moment.
Mina.
Mina. But then it got sucked back into its yellow key, like a little bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and got taken away. They noped the fuck out of here. Except for one guy, who we tried to torture for information. But
He attempted to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I captured him, and I brought him back up.
Yep.
I featherfalled him.
But he still wouldn't talk.
He wasn't real happy about that. At all.
And we were basically told by him that they knew we were going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And we were to be killed, I believe.
Except for Mina,
yeah.
who is going to be taken home and
Yeah.
put in
Yeah.
timeout.
And that's as much as I remember.
Think about what she did.
Mina is
You still
Dracula's
have-
daughter for reference of the name.
You still have Burkham. Still unconscious on top of that wagon. So what would you guys like to do?
Long rest, I think.
I would really like to.
No.
I'd like to rest, but
I think I had what my hit points were.
Is this the... Well, there is no good place to long rest here, is there?
No,
But-
you're on like a switchback trail. It's wide enough for the carts and like one person, so it's about 10-ish, 12-ish feet wide. Then it leads down to another ward.
Yes, and they know we're here, and there's a limited number of places we can go, either down towards them or back away from them through a very long, narrow tunnel full of boulettes and other burrowing, nasty things. And I guess when you put it that way, all places are equally bad. So we may as well long rest here.
Should mention it. If we don't, I'm gonna look at the end of the stream so I can find mine.
Well, it is getting towards the end of the day.
I did kill the guy, right? That once it was determined.
Yeah. I believe you killed him like there at the end because he wasn't gonna.
You beheaded him, yeah.
So just, like,
Good.
You're just like, well, you want to die? Die. Judy Chop.
And I have mixed feelings about Burkham.
We could tear off one of his limbs.
You could discuss those mixed feelings.
Basil, why don't you take care of him? Dispense some gnome justice.
I think we talked about this before, Tanya, but I just want to clarify it one more time. I can't, when I phase into the ground using my cape, my stone cape, I can't bring anything with me, right? Like
No,
anybody
just
else
what's
with
on
me.
your person, yeah.
I can't Kitty Pride this, where I just bring him down into the ground and I bring him halfway through.
No.
Damn it! What if I strapped him to myself? Does it count then? And then when I'm midway through the ground, can I just cut the straps and shoot out?
No, because you're like phased.
Okay, so I'm in a
You can't interact with anything on your
form.
person.
So
while you're
everything else
phasing
would be
through.
phased.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
I could intentionally sing badly.
Pull some ghost shit. Just. Alright. I will, I'll bring Bob over to, like, sit and stare at him. And so when he wakes up, there's just this.
Oh, and let's tie him up real good.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
like,
you
real
guys,
good.
who's gonna tie up Burkham?
Who's good at tying knots?
That ain't me.
I could try.
All right, make a dexterity check for me.
I got some nimble fingers.
Wouldn't somebody who's used to doing tricksy, nimbly things be
I'm a
better
tinkerer, so.
choice?
Like a roguey type person?
Okay.
17. Not bad.
Okay. You believe that you have tied Burkham up fairly well.
I hate the way she phrases
I'll have
things.
Bob like have one of his paws on top of Burkham as well,
Okay.
just in case.
All right.
Got a big block we can put on him?
Bob is a big rock we could put on him.
So you tie Burkham up.
If he wasn't too small, I'd have Bob just sit on him, but I'd be afraid Bob would just suffocate.
and Bob is now propped up on the cart there, staring at Burkham, waiting for him to wake up, and it takes him a while. So you guys are gonna set up camp here. How are you going to do this? What are you going to do with your camp situation?
Wait.
You got three carts.
Did this cart over here get all the way across?
No, it kind of stopped like once it hit the water.
Okay, let's go get that other cart and then move all three carts into kind of a triangle barrier.
Okay.
And
then search the carts. I
and
want
how
to know
many
what
of the
these
horses are? How many of the horses are alive?
All of them.
All of them.
One of them looks like one side of it is like a little blistered.
Like 3rd-degree sunburn.
Yeah, like bad sunburn because he's still a little too close to Mr. Hot Pants.
But yeah, so let's arrange the carts into a triangle as much as we can. And
There's
then
medical alarm around us.
let's also search these carts. These are basically our goods now.
Okay, I'm giving you guys permission to go ahead and move the carts, so just move them however you want.
Boop.
While Basil begins to arrange that stuff, I'm gonna kind of go across the water and see what's on the other side, just briefly.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm going to move over here.
I'm gonna stand in the middle really quick just so I can make myself.
Okay.
For,
Okay. You begin to wade across this water, and the water coming down from above is pretty forceful. It's almost like it's a hurricane force downfall.
Wow.
Without the wind aspect of it, because it's a waterfall. Coming from what you believe is the top of the end of the world.
I thought this was like some kind of river or something.
Yeah, it's water that's exiting the end of the world, going down into the netherworld, and it's hitting this path on its way down. So it's a pretty forceful amount of water.
Okay.
And it gets pretty deep in the center. You realize that's probably why the horses have stopped, because with that much water hitting that path, it has eroded to be fairly deep in the center there.
And how deep?
You
Deeper
get up.
than me?
You probably yeah. You get up to about chest height, and you're like,
Yeah, no. Turn around.
okay. But you can see the path continue upward on the other side of the water.
Upward.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. And then I will turn around and go back.
All right. All right. Basil takes some time to get these carts in a triangular shape.
Yeah, they're spaced enough that like they're not near the cliff. Like the wheel that's over off the cliff is like he's further down, but you know the cliff is kind of to our backs, or just this space here. So
Damn. It's alt. There you go.
yeah,
Couldn't remember the button.
So.
It's alt.
I want to search this cart.
The middle one.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check.
10.
From what you can tell, it's everyday wares. There's some foodstuffs, clothing. It's what you would expect to find, like a. Bertrand is basically the Walmart of traders. He has a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
As a ritual, so I'm gonna spend 10 minutes.
Okay.
To cast it, and then I'm gonna basically just check the cart again and check all 3 carts for anything magical.
That's not what I wanted. This cart. My back cart. I want me.
I'm gonna feed the horses.
There we go. Fix it. Kind of, sort of.
So your detect magic, you and your companions light up.
Does Bertram light up?
One small speck, yeah. Nothing in the
Can I
carts.
get to that speck?
Burkham,
Yeah.
not Bertrand.
Burkham?
Sorry, Burkham.
I called him Bertram. Sorry.
It's a B name. Yeah, you can get to it.
What is it?
It is a fairly ornate dagger on his hip.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Is there any lights up in the carts or any of the other dudes who were? Did the other people survive?
No, they
They
ran
all
away.
took off.
Okay.
They hightailed it, and Burkham's the only one that Koltesh could grab.
Is there anything in the rest of the carts at all that are magic?
There is. So
And I'm
two of
looking
the carts,
under the carts too. to
Yep,
kinda
two
see
of the
it.
carts are full of wares. The third cart is half full, and then the other half now has like the parts of the bullet, the skin and any pieces that that they deemed valuable.
Okay. Nothing magical.
Nope.
And
Okay.
whatever bag Burkham was unconscious on top of is slightly damp and smelling faintly of gnome pee.
Mountain Dew?
Gnome pee,
Oh, I thought you said Mountain Dew. I was like,
which probably smells like Mountain Dew.
gnomes don't pee Mountain Dew. We
Is that
pee
dwarves?
Code Red.
Ugh. Kidney stones?
Yeah, right?
Just ate a lot of beets.
A lot of beets.
Okay.
A lot.
Or-
I'm going to spend time to ritually cast Identify,
Okay.
so I can identify the dagger.
It is just a simple +1 dagger.
Gotcha.
And as you spent 20 minutes with the detect magic, the identify, and then probably another 10 minutes. It's about 30 minutes total, doing all this stuff and then rifling through all the carts. Who's keeping an eye on Bertram?
Bob.
Bob.
Bob has been told that as soon as Burkham awakens to bark. And however dragon wormlings bark.
However that is.
Let
Alright.
me know when that happens.
Yeah, Carl, keep
Would
check.
would
I mean,
everybody
recall.
please make a perception check?
What?
Would everybody please make a perception check?
Okay.
Sure.
Except for Mina.
Yeah, I'm making a thingy.
Okay, 18. 14, 10. Alright. Everybody, as Basil's running around doing all this stuff, you notice Bob on top of this wagon lift his head up and like shake his head. But because Bob doesn't have lungs or vocal cords, you can't actually bark.
I go.
He's got
over
robot cords.
I go over to the cart.
Burkham
To
is
check on Burkham.
yeah, he's groggily waking up and shifting against the ropes.
Made some bad life decisions, didn't you, dude?
And as he comes to, what hit me?
Me.
Yeah, blinks. Did you leave him face down or face up?
Up.
Face up? Okay. Kind of probably on his side a little bit. Tied his hands behind his back. He looks at you, Koltesh, and, oh, you're still alive then, good on you!
Yes. Not so good on you. So,
I expect you're right. Or my family, as it were.
how were you communicating?
With who?
With the demon.
Oh, so that whole thing. So, there's a route that I usually take, and they know about it. And well, when I was on my last trip, they kidnapped my family and told me if I didn't bring you to this spot, I was going to lose my family.
And what would have happened if we had chosen to go around the mountain instead of through?
Oh, I'd have convinced you quite handedly with enough gold.
I don't know about that, but it's a moot point since it didn't happen.
Everybody's got a price.
So, where is your family being held?
He glances off the wagon and out towards another ward. Very likely in that demon's stronghold.
And what of your companions?
Oh, the drivers, they'll just make for whatever nearest village they can. And the dwarf, and he spits. That fucker can die.
And what induced them to be part of this plan? Or did they know?
And the dwarf knew. The driver's not so much.
Why do you hate the dwarf so much?
'Cause he works for that yellow fucker.
So he was actually the one in charge?
No, it's my caravan.
Yes, but your caravan was being used by him. Is that correct?
I guess so.
Would he have known where your family was being held?
I suspect so, since he was one of the assholes that took him.
And then I just turn and walk away. After I check the ropes. Make sure that everything's tight.
Yeah, they're well tied.
Don't attempt to get away. And then I leave him to Bob.
Okay.
I say to
What's everybody
Bob,
else
you might want to give Bob some new instructions.
I look at Bob and I go, don't let him get away. You get no treats. And then I look at the gnome and I say, just because you're tiny like me doesn't mean I won't let him kill you. He will incinerate you till there's nothing left.
Hey, well, you'd probably be doing me a favor then.
Then maybe he'll just bite an arm off. I don't like doing bad guys favors. Maybe we'll start with a finger. Don't move. He won't hurt.
So,
Your choice.
what are you willing to do to get your family back?
likely dead already.
So you have nothing to lose. If you were us, what would you do with you?
Doesn't rightly matter what you do now, is it? Or does it?
I think it does to us.
Well, then why don't you make your own decision?
Okay.
I say we keep him alive. He takes us to where this demon is located. We get the key with the demon's body and maybe rescue his family. Or we could leave him with his family in a jail. At least he's reunited.
Or just throw him off the cliff.
We could do that too. And at the very last second, cast Featherfall, so that way he just experiences all the terror of plummeting to his death.
I've been falling for the last 20 minutes.
But I say we rest, we heal up, and then we get this fucker to take us to where that demon is.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
What was the dwarf's name?
He thinks a moment. Why, look up a name.
Phil Collins.
I don't think we have his name.
No, you never got his name. He never spoke either.
No. Coltash is asking Burkham.
I know. I said, give me a second while I look up a name. And then
His name is Timmy.
Nancy's like, Phil Collins.
Timmy Collins.
And then, Emily's like, we never got his name. I'm like, yep, he didn't speak.
Dickie Higglebothams.
Dickie Ficklebuttons. That's gonna be my next character's name. Dickie Figglebottoms. He's gonna be a fucking wizard.
Oh god. Yeah. The dwarf went by Malthrin.
Dwarf's name is what?
Malthrin.
Mel.
So we are doing a rest, correct?
Malfren?
It's in the...
Oh,
It's in the-
oh,
it's in
TH. Oh, yeah. Sorry, did not see.
Yeah, Malthran.
Yeah,
Without the accent.
And I also ask him where, do you know where he's from? If we tried to find him.
Not off the top of my head, no. Likely with his master. So you guys are resting.
So we're going to do a long rest. Who's going to take the watches? I'll take the last watch, whatever that is.
I'll take the
Because
second.
I'm pretty beat up.
Me too.
The first watch.
I'll take the second.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so you guys...
My alarm bell
What
is
is-
silent, by the way.
Oh, that's your alarm location. That's the Your alarm?
Perimeter, my alarm.
Perimeter? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
That's what I was trying to figure.
I was like, why is there a box there now?
My alarm.
Okay. So you're taking first watch. As you're awake and keeping an eye out for things, Burkham kind of squirms into like a seated position. And you're like, are you still like hood up trying to hide who you are? No? Okay. Yeah. He gives you a nod, and if y'all are like, if you're legitimately going to attempt to take this demon boy on in his own stronghold, and if my family's alive, I would greatly appreciate the opportunity to help you in this endeavor.
I don't know that we would trust you to do that. That's something you'll have to take up with the paladin. I could carry the less either way. I was like, that was not a sentence.
The paladin doesn't seem all that receptive to not his ideas.
I don't really care what happens to your family, so...
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No. I just care about the world as a whole. My family's not part of that right now. Especially after all this nonsense with Valrax. I don't think I trust you anyway. I'm gonna cast Suggestion on him.
Mm-hmm.
And suggest that he only speaks when spoken to.
What's the save on that?
It's a thing. I'm looking at it 1 second.
It's a thing you don't say.
It's a number of stuff. There we go. It must be just my spell save DC.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's 16. Yeah. So I may just suggest that he does not speak unless he's spoken to.
And that lasts for up to 8 hours concentration. So when you go to sleep, you drop your concentration.
Yeah, but at least I won't have to listen.
Fair point.
But I still you can still talk to me if I need him for something.
Okay. So your watch goes by. Everything seems fairly quiet, with the exception of that little conversation towards the, we'll say probably towards the middle. He waited for everybody else to go to sleep. Who's taking second watch?
I will.
Callers. Oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
That's
I was
fine.
going to take second watch, and while I did that, I was just going to have my hand resting on Bob casting Mending to fix him.
Okay. Okay. And that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Or is it... Okay.
So
Alrighty.
I'll just keep like all the damage spots of just like boop, 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 boop.
Alright. So it's gonna take almost your entire watch, just because he took some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took some boo-boos. About 20 minutes into your watch, it's about time Mina falls asleep, and the concentration drops.
This is about Lars off.
Burkham is sitting up on top of the wagon next to Bob, awake still. For like the first 20 minutes, just sat there silently. Didn't nothing. And then out of nowhere, looks over to you and says the same thing he says to Mina. You know, if you're like legitimately going to like stop this demon boy, I wouldn't be opposed to assisting you in this endeavor.
You want to help us kill the demon.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to trust you, why?
Shrugs as best he can with his arms tied.
Can I insight check him to see if he really wants to help us?
Yeah, you can insight check him.
Okay. $24.
He seems to be telling the truth.
We've come across creatures in this cave way, right? We've come across some creatures, right?
Oh, the bullets, yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we let you help us. If you betray us again, and we survive, I'm going to lather you in mayonnaise and leave you tied up for the creatures.
Oh, I'd be laying there for quite some time. They don't really like tremors. They like things to move.
You'll be wiggling.
Yeah.
I have other bombs. I could just set off a big tremor just near ya. Attract them right to ya. I wouldn't mind watching. But here's the thing. I believe you honestly want to get rid of this demon. And I believe that you were trapped in doing this job because they had your family. Why they chose you, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe you were just at the wrong place at the wrong time and they just chose you.
I regularly make a trip from Cortona to the Netherworld.
Gotcha. So they knew your patterns. Got it.
I trade with villages in the Netherworld that are less likely to be receptive of the big the old one. Horus.
Got it. What can you do to help us with this demon? I've taken your dagger. It is better than normal ones, but not demon-killing material.
No, it's not.
Are you gonna kill the dwarf, maybe? Or some of those other dudes?
I'd like to kill the dwarf. Oh no, my drivers? No, they're just...
No, not the drivers, the people that attacked us. The other demons that attacked us.
I'd do my very best.
Well, you could help us get there.
Yes, I could.
And then... I don't know. Maybe sneak in, pretend like you got away from us, and then stab that dwarf right between the ribs.
I'd need my dagger for that.
Yeah. I don't like being betrayed, Burkham. I don't like it. And I don't like... It's gonna sound weird because you don't know me, but these are my friends, and I don't have a lot of friends. Even the big man wasn't really my friend in the beginning. But now, I would die for that motherfucker. So if you fuck with us, I don't care if I have to go find the god of death myself. But I will find you, whether it be your soul or you alive. And I will put you through so much more pain than you can comprehend. I have ways of trapping a person's soul so that it does not reach the god of death. And I'll just put you in a little robot body that can feel pain constantly. Like your nerves are on fire. You're just burning from the inside. So, I'm going to make an agreement here. You help us get there. You decide if you want to go in and possibly convince them that you got away, leaving a back door open for us. We sneak in, kill everyone, and if all goes well, possibly get your family out. What do you say?
Sounds like a fair agreement.
Well, I'll loosen the ropes up just a little bit so you can get some sleep. We'll pass this idea on to the others, and in the morning, we'll make our way. But Bob here, he's gonna stay. We'd like a nice rest. I'm sure you would like one too. You look a little roughed up. So we'll have a quiet, nice rest. Everything will go fine. And tomorrow, we'll kill a bunch of demons.
More like the day afterward or so.
It's our path.
Alright, how much are you loosening his ropes if you are?
Just do his hands and feet look like they're purple?
No. I mean, you tied it tight enough where it's secure, but it's not cutting off any circulation.
Okay. I'm gonna do it just enough that he can kind of like, cause right now I'm imagining him like this.
I imagine you tie him in back.
Yeah. But his arms are like to his chest instead of out like that. They're like here.
Yeah. With his
So
hands
I'm gonna
behind.
just give him a little breathing room between his sides and his biceps. Okay. Just a little breathing room.
Okay.
And I will tell Bob, if he moves out of the cart, kill him.
Okay.
And I will put the paralyzing gland on his teeth.
Okay. Alright.
And that'll be it. You know, and I'll continue to watch out and try not to make too many tremors so the beasts can't find us.
Okay. Who is taking third watch? Alright.
I am.
Okay.
When Koltash wakes up for his watch, I'll tell him I loosened his ropes up just a bit so he could get some sleep. He apparently wants to help us kill the demons.
Oh, I don't think he's going to need any more sleep.
He's our guide, so it's up to you.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I get down on my knees and I pray to Sodar.
Okay.
I It is obvious that I'm doing, a prayer, although I'm not going to speak. And then I get up and I go to Burkham.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I get my face right in his. I don't have my helmet on. One of the most important things to me, aside from friends and family, is my order and my service to my God. And one thing that my order commands is that we do not take prisoners.
Oh shit!
We do not let betrayers go free. And I grab him from behind by his tied hands, sling him over my back, walk over to the river.
What's Bob doing?
Bob would have probably taken a bite at Burkham because he left the cart.
I would have said stop.
And how...
Okay.
Because Bob listens to me, so...
Well, but my question is, how long is Koltesh waiting? Are you waiting for him to go to sleep?
No, I'm making sure that
Okay.
Basil sees this.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell Bob to stop.
Okay.
Don't check.
Okay.
I walk over to with the water, how far is it going along before it plunges off the edge?
What do you mean?
Well, you said there was water coming down, and then there's this river, but we're right next to a path, so it's going to be falling. I mean, it's falling down into the Netherward pretty far, correct?
Yeah.
And how far is it to the edge where the water goes off the next and goes all the way down?
About 10 to 12 feet from wall to edge of path.
So I will go to the edge of the water, stay along the edge, walking along the edge of the little stream or whatever, to where it drops again, and I will say, you are a problem. A problem needs a solution. And I toss him into the center of the river so that he will go over the edge and be swept over.
Okay.
Would this have woken the rest of us up?
I'm not shouting. I'm trying not to wake you up.
Okay.
I think that when you toss him, he would probably scream. So if Recall will make a perception check. That does wake Mina with her passive.
Sure. Perception.
Yeah, Recall wakes up.
Okay. What the?
Well, you wake up to a scream,
Yeah.
a splash, and
Okay.
And does he go over?
it's hard to tell. There's a lot of churning water. Night. You have dark vision. It's night.
Well, we're in a cave.
Well, no, you're on a cliffside.
Oh, we've come out. Oh, okay. Didn't realize that.
Yeah, the water is crashing on the
I didn't realize that
on the
either.
cliffside.
Okay.
Make a perception check. After a couple moments, you believe that something gnome-sized made its way over the side of the cliff.
I walk over to Basil and say, finish your rest. Do I notice Recall is awake?
Both Recall and Mina are awake.
Oh.
What the hell?
Well, we had a problem. The problem has been taken care of.
So you just chose once again for the entire party to fix the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Don't
tried
choose
to
for me
make a
again,
deal.
alright?
What was that from Basil?
What? What, Basil?
I said I tried to make a deal, but Tunor didn't, or not Tunor. It's like Koltash didn't want to do the deal. Maybe we'll catch up to one of those other drivers. They can lead us to the demons.
Do I know where Varalex is? Can I get there?
You suspect he's probably in the stronghold of Vorlax, which is south of Kekzor.
Okay. But I kind of know how to get there.
You have a general idea, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well,
You
at least
couldn't-
that kind of can get us in the right direction. I think.
Koltash will say to Recall, he betrayed us once. He could not be trusted. He was a liability. We would have to be watching him constantly and losing our focus.
Okay.
I do not take prisoners. Enemies are to be destroyed. He did not deserve to live. And I kneel and pray again to Sodar.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes by. Fairly uneventful night, with the exception of. And then you wake Recall up for the last watch.
Oh, Recall didn't go back to sleep still.
Okay. Alright. Did anybody else go back to sleep?
I did.
Basil?
Yeah.
Okay.
What can you do?
Okay. Dawn arrives, fairly bright, because you're on basically a cliffside at the edge of the world, so the sun is just shining directly at you. It's almost like noon. Did you guys continue down into the Netherworld then? Taking the carts with, or?
Might as well.
Okay. Alright, there are 3 carts. Who is driving carts?
I would like to go ahead and sneakily scoutily.
Okay.
I'll drive.
So we're
I'll
gonna
drive
go-
one.
You'll drive one? Everybody's got to drive one if you're taking all 3.
I'll take the one in the back.
Alright.
I'm gonna ride on Bob above the 3 carts to keep
Then,
like a.
then you're
You
leaving
can't
a
do
cart
that if-
behind.
Then we're taking 2 parts.
Okay, I'll
Are
come. He can
Are we
ride
taking
on
all
top.
3 carts or not? I guess is a
Yeah.
Let's take all 3 carts. If Mina knows how to drive a cart.
Yeah, I just don't
Well,
see
Mina
why
was
I
gonna
would take
scout
the
ahead.
carts.
We don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
have to, but
honestly.
Yeah,
what-
I mean, I
what-
could scout ahead.
I mean, why are we taking the carts anyway? Is there anything in here that we actually need?
The animal
Well-
parts could be sold. I mean, we could sell the stuff.
He
So
also
let's take
said
what we need and leave the rest.
he also said that that there are villages that he does business with in the Netherward.
But they do business with him, not us.
Right, but if we have cart, I don't know if they're identifiable as his carts, but if we have carts, it's a little more, it makes a lot more sense than just a bunch of people walking down the street.
Okay, this is a player question. If it's the Netherward, isn't it just all evil things down there?
Look at Mina.
Yeah,
Well, she's an exception, or so I was assuming.
I mean, there are exceptions to every rule. Like, not all drow are evil.
Thank you.
Not
Well,
all
Jorian would have
goblins
something to say
are
about
evil. I mean, just because the norm for a race is that they're evil doesn't mean they're all evil.
Yeah, listen, dude.
I would say it's
That's
more of a
racist,
chaotic
Danny!
place.
Racial profiling, man.
But I do think, like, Mina's the only one who knows where they're going, so I don't know that Bob that going first would be a good idea.
I mean, you have a long trek down the side of this cliff, so...
That's true. I guess he could fly down the side of the cliff and I could
Yeah, and having somebody able to fly and see better below us as we descend. And then once we get to the bottom,
The only other
Mina could take over.
having a single cart might actually be worthwhile because it would give us some cover if we need it. Because right now, if we just walk on the path, we're going to be wide out in the open.
And we could sell the horses if there is trading to be done.
Yeah. Plus, Recall is
or we could just
wanting to make sure that the horses that got hurt, get some treatment and stuff like that.
okay.
Possible.
So we can make some coin selling this stuff.
And the horses would probably be even more valuable, frankly.
More than likely, yeah.
So we should probably try and get all of the carts with all of the horses down the cliff. So if
Our
Mina
I'll
could
scout
be
ahead on Bob,
Mina could drive the first cart, Recall the second, and me the last.
there you
and
go.
I'll scout ahead on Bob to make sure there's no obstructions in the way, and if there are, Bob
Okay.
can take care of them with his strength.
There you go.
Alright.
So
Uh,
that's our
go ahead.
plan.
Alright, well, you are flying ahead of the group. I'm assuming you're just flying over the switchback trail, getting lower and lower as you go. Make a perception check for me, Basil.
Perception
Are these carts identifiable at all?
11.
I mean, would
Yeah,
it have had Bertram's symbol or anything on it?
They do.
Yes, they
They
are.
do.
Yeah.
He loaned them to us.
Would the three of you driving cars please make an animal handling check?
Sure. Aha. Oh my god.
8, 9, 10.
We suck.
Mina, being the first cart, doesn't do too shabbily. She gets the horses going in the right direction and gets them turned around the first curve in the switchback, and seems to do okay. She gets a little close to the edge for that turn, and it's a little like stomach dropping, and but doesn't do too bad. The other two takes a good bit of time to just get your horses going. And then the how do you drive a cart? A mechanic comes into it. Recall with your 8. Make a Constitution save at that switchback.
Okay.
That's just Constitution.
You said Constitution?
Save.
Oh, save. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on just a second.
So that was a 13. What's your save ad? What is your save ad?
Let's see.
Your save ad's a 3, so it would be 2 less than what that roll was.
Oh, okay.
Alright, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure
your wheel goes a little past. One of the wheel goes a little over the edge, and you can look down and you can see like down.
Oh, okay.
It's like leaning out over the Empire State Building if it was stacked on like 20 other Empire State Buildings.
Okay.
I also holler back. I'm like, if you need help or you get too close to the edge, let me know. I can push you back.
I'm too close.
Give me a second.
'Cause I can fly over that edge, so you can always just nudge your cart back onto the.
Sorry about that.
Take the carts. What was I thinking?
It takes some going, or takes some time, but you do get back down off that one switchback. Make another animal handling check for the next leg.
Let me make another perception check.
Yes, please. Jesus.
727.
No! You guys are gonna die! I can't carry all of you on this godforsaken bomb.
Okay,
Maybe we need to rethink this.
Mina.
No,
and
we're good.
Recall,
We're good.
Mina and Recall. This particular leg of the switchback trail is a little steeper, so your carts go a little faster than what you would be comfortable with. And it gets a little wobbly and a little scary, and then of course there's Coltash behind you with a 2 who is careening completely out of control. And
The horses are like up on all fours, like on the cart themselves.
yes, they're Scooby-Dooing
Like in a
it.
cartoon.
Recall, you're in the center cart, you feel a thump from behind, and Coltash's cart, he's like pushing your cart. The horses are like careening forward and pushing your cart to the side.
Oh. Hello. Lazo.
I'll rush over to try and stabilize
You
them.
didn't see shit with your friggin' 9.
Oh, I don't even notice.
Coltash's horses, go ahead and roll a d20 for me real quick, Nancy.
Hey,
Just a
okay.
d20, just roll a d20.
Just D20. Okay. Wow.
Good job.
Thank you. Critical fail.
Oh God!
Cool.
Oh God!
Coltash
been
is,
fun, everybody.
his cart and his horses like push you off off to the like the cliffside. Because they're not dumb animals. If they're like careening out, they're gonna go towards the safer side.
Sure.
The cart you're in, the back wheel first like goes off the edge, and the weight tips you a little bit, and then both wheels from the cliffside are now off the edge. What are you doing?
I'm screaming, I hate you, Coltash.
I'm in the meantime just trying to yank back
I
as
am
hard as I
going,
can on the reins.
well, the only thing
Make
I
a strength
can-
check. Real quick, Coltash. No, Coltash. 14. Okay, the leather thong doesn't snap.
Do they have like blocks of wood that go up against the wheels to kind of like slow them down? You know, like
No
a brake pole.
No brakes. Okay.
Screw
The
it.
only thing I can think of is I'm gonna try to jump off the cart towards the
How
ground.
close?
You know, away from the edge.
How close am I to recall?
Your horses are side by side with her cart. So the front of your cart is at the back of her cart.
Okay, so she's within 10 feet of me, so she cannot be frightened.
Well,
She can't be scared. You have courage. You're in my aura of
Wow.
courage.
Ah,
So you can think coolly and clearly and calmly in this situation.
okay. I'm going to do something that I was just able to do with the upgrade. I'm going to use an action to fly.
You're gonna cast fly on yourself.
I'm going to cast fly on myself.
Just on you?
Okay.
Just well, I can't. Can I do the cart too, or no?
No, I think it has to be a creature.
Creature. Okay. Since I can't do the
Cast
horses.
it on one of the horses.
Well, the horses can't go anywhere, right?
If you break the thing that's connecting them to the cart, they could.
I could do that. You know, instead of doing that, I think I'm going to try to disconnect the cart from the horses.
I'm gonna try and disconnect the cart from the horses.
Yeah, wait. I can't cast fly and do that, right? It would have to be one or the other?
One or the other.
Okay. Then I'm going to fly first.
You're gonna
And
fly
then
first.
I'm
Okay,
going to,
hold up.
hopefully.
Hold up. You cast fly on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a round.
Right. But wait.
Okay. So, you cast fly on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and Coltash's horses begin to push, not as much, but continue to push up so that his front wheel and your back wheel are now side by side. So he's not getting as much ground, but he's pushed enough of that cart off.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the cart has been pushed off enough. Let's see here. What is a horse's strength modifier? That'd be a draft horse.
4 horses.
Plus 4. Oh, shit. Okay. While his cart hasn't pushed up, or his horses haven't pushed up anymore, your cart begins to be pushed over more by the fact that now the wheels are side by side. More of your cart than half is now hanging off the cliffside, and the outer horse is lost its footing.
Oh, crap. Okay.
And is starting to go with it. The inner horse, with a 15, is not looking great either, but he's still got his footing.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I am going to try to disconnect the cart from the horses.
I'm going to, in the meantime, can I shout, Basil?
You can.
And I do so.
Basil, you look up, and there is most of a cart hanging off the edge.
I go flying on Bob, and I try and like push the cart using like Bob's shoulders.
Well, you're flying on Bob. So hold on a second. Because you were scouting ahead.
Yeah.
And Bob's movement. So you're gonna attempt to disconnect the
harness from the horses.
The
or
harness.
the cart from
Okay.
the horses.
Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity. Okay. Oh. So
16.
I've got a...
That's a 16. Okay. You fly down.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the stuff is like shaking and moving and just being an utter pain in the ass to try and grab. But you get your hand on the pin and are able to attempt to pull it. Now make a strength check.
Okay.
21.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. You wrench this pin out that is holding the harness that is connecting the horses to the cart.
Okay.
As you do that, the cart goes over.
Okay.
The cart is a lost cause. It goes over. Bob is flying up towards it. Basil, you now see a cart tip and tumble down the side of this cliffside towards you. What are you doing?
Basil.
He gets hit because he's playing with his fucking phone.
Jeff!
Sorry. So Bob is gonna try and shoulder the cart.
He didn't hear a thing I said.
No.
She disconnected the cart.
Yep. And it fell. It's
Falling
towards you.
Oh, it's falling towards me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why you don't drive and text.
Well, Bob was shooting over to come and shoulder it. Now it's falling towards me. And I do not see recall on it, right?
Correct.
I'm just fuck it. I'd rather survive than catch those goods. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot out from under it and just go back
Okay.
to making sure recall is safe. Because if recall is not stable on the horses, she can always hop on Bob. Like Bob can carry a dwarf and no problem. He's carried me and Claudia before. It's not like he couldn't carry a dwarf and no.
Yeah, you see a flying dwarf.
Alright. After you disconnect the horses, the cart just, like, the only thing holding the cart in place at that point was the strength of that one horse, just kind of keeping it in line. Once it's disconnected, the weight flips it and heads towards Basil, who takes him several moments to realize what he wants to do.
It does not so much fly as plummet.
As plummets.
Yes. Once the cart is disconnected, the inner horse is able to start pulling inward, rubbing now up against Koltash's horses and getting the other horse up onto the pathway. All three of you, well, two of you that are now driving, make an animal handling check.
Oh crap, my keys were in that cart.
My keys are in that cart. Oh shit! I left my diary there. Damn.
Oh my god.
Oh, I got to let the dog go outside.
Okay. Koltash, you were able to, it takes a bit of time, but you're able to get your cart a little more under control, as you're careening towards this switchback.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him. I'm just trying to get it to stop completely
Yeah.
at this point.
It doesn't stop completely, but it does slow to a much less breakneck speed. The two horses from the cart in front of you, still there in front of you, dragging behind them this wooden piece that connected them to the cart. Still going along. Mina, you're still trucking along a little faster than you like.
I'd like to try to stop them a little bit.
You like to try and stop them a little bit? Make another animal handling check.
Can I ask, how many switchbacks between here and the bottom?
87.
A lot.
Okay.
I'm just gonna continuously roll 7 for the rest of everything, so just make it 7.
Yeah, there's a lot of switchbacks. You couldn't even see the ground when you look down.
Well, yeah, just checking. Just checking.
There's a lot of switchbacks. I'm not gonna make you roll them all, but it's entertaining me for now. So.
I think so.
Hey, you've lost one cart. You've only gone down one switchback. Alright. So Mina, yeah, you don't really get them under control as much as you'd like as you go into that switch, into the next turn. And your cart skids and jumps little precariously close to that edge again. Before continuing down, Coltash, you're a little bit better off. You're able to take that corner a little bit less dangerously. Recall, you're still flying. Are you attempting to rein in these two random horses now? Okay. How are you attempting to do this? You are muted.
There's Doja's.
You are still muted.
Sorry about that. Are they running or are they?
Well, they can't really stop because Coltash's horses keep.
Okay. I'm gonna fly down as well as I can and try to get a handle on the reins that the reins should still be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And I'll try to slow them down a little bit. I'm not sure how successful, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Go ahead and make another dexterity check for me to see if you can grab the reins, because they are flopping around behind them.
Okay.
Okay. You fly as close as you can to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're like Peter Panning the ground here, trying to catch these reins. And they're just all over the place.
Okay.
Very difficult to grab.
Oh, no, I can't do that while I'm flying. Oh. Yeah. I guess I'll keep trying.
Keep trying? Alright, make another dex check.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Alright.
Not only are you trying to grab the reins, you're also trying to avoid Coltash's horses.
Okay. I'm going to do the
you.
best I can to try to land on one of the horses and
Okay.
like ride it.
Okay.
If possible, and try to slow it down.
Yeah, you realize, like, flying behind them trying to grab the reins off the ground, not the best idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting up, like, in between them, you're able to grab the reins, and you can hop on either one.
Okay.
Which one would
probably
you
the
like
one
to get
closest to the wall.
Closest to the wall?
Or, yeah, to the...
Okay.
Yeah, the wall.
The current closest one to the wall will then be the closest one to the cliffside on the next switchback.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
It's just the way it works.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're able to do that. You hop on, and you're able to get the reins in hand. Make an animal handling check for me.
All right.
$19. All right. Yeah, you hop on, get the reins in hand, and get these two horses almost completely under control.
Awesome.
They're still a little skittish because of what literally just happened to them.
Well, yeah.
But for the most part, you've got a decent speed going down without being breakneck speed and not being so slow that Coltash behind you runs into you again.
Okay.
So this continues for some time. The day goes by. You're still on the switchback trail. Yes.
At some point, do we get down to the place where the cart that fell landed?
Eventually. Yeah.
So we can potentially salvage any goods that were in that cart.
Are you guys stopping to salvage goods? You had to stop anyways to clear the way, so...
I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should salvage whatever goods we want into one cart and do it of one cart.
There you go.
Instead of trying to navigate.
Which cart was the one that was over? The half-full one or one of the full ones?
It's one of the full ones.
So there's room in the half-full cart at least to put stuff. So we'll start filling that cart up first.
Okay.
How much is undamaged, I guess, is the question.
Anything that was stored in a crate is a no-go. Because the crates would have busted open. There are some grains that were in bags that seem salvageable.
Well, we will take everything that we can and put it in the half-full cart.
Okay. Alrighty. So you stop, you clear the road, and salvage what you can, and continue on. You spend the entire day on this switchback, getting down to ground level.
I'm gonna stay closer. Instead of scouting too far ahead, I'm gonna make sure I stay closer back.
Okay.
In case they need help again. And this time I can actually be there to help.
Okay. Well, you're down to one cart now, so the three of them can control it a little bit better.
Wait, I thought we had 2 carts.
Oh, you're gonna keep 2 carts on.
Well, yeah, only one went over. We're still going to keep the other 2.
Oh, I thought you guys were gonna do it all into one cart.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, we
I mean, I suggested
That's why
it.
we were transferring.
He suggested it, but
Okay.
No, we were picking up the stuff that, like, the debris on the ground. We were picking up the salvageable stuff from the ground.
Okay.
I misunderstood that too. Okay.
Okay. Alright, so you still have the 2 carts,
Yes.
and the horses.
yes.
Are you gonna leave the horses, since you stopped to clear the debris and get any salvageable stuff, are you gonna leave the horses, tethered to the harnesses, or are you gonna untether them and ride one and lead the other?
Well, we can take off the connector thing that's dragging behind them, but still kind of like hitch them to the back of the front cart so they'll be in between the 2 carts.
Actually, instead of hitching to the carts, what I'll do is I'll ride one, and then I'll tether the next one with me, so that I'm leading the second one.
We're going to keep all of the horses.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just instead of tying them to a cart that we might still have problems with, this way, it's just
one horse leading another one.
Exactly.
Right.
Now she can hug, and now she can hug the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
And we will keep her in between the 2 carts.
Fair enough.
Okay. Alright. Mina, make 3 animal handling checks for me.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no!
Koltesh, make 3 animal handling checks for me.
Oh
dear.
Oh dear.
10.
Okay. Recall, make 3 animal handling checks for me.
Okay, here we go.
I think Recall she's been driving that fucking cart.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe we should switch.
Well, you didn't.
Well, it's too late now.
I was 0. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have +0.
Mina, you start off rough again. Because you're starting from a stop. And, cart doesn't go over, but it's not a fun trip for the first, like, 20 minutes or so of that length of journey. And the two behind can see that she's having some difficulty. She's keeping him on the road, more or less. And after a bit, she gets him more in hand. But the last leg of that journey, not good for Mina. Towards the end of the day, you can actually see the ground of the Nether Ward. You're still a good bit above it, but you can see it. And one of Mina's horses throws a shoe.
Oh.
And
I'm a blacksmith.
Freaks out.
Oh.
And begins careening towards the next switchback. And it doesn't look like that horse is going to obey any sort of like, no turn, damn you. What do you want to do, Mina?
I want to try to stop it.
You want to try and stop it? Make a strength check.
If Basil is keeping close, does he see this happening?
Basil, make a perception check for him, please. 18. Yeah, Basil sees that shit happening.
Yeah. I'm gonna, like, basically put Bob as a wall to force the horse to turn.
Now try some.
Okay.
Try it.
Okay.
So either he smacks his face into Bob, or he turns. His choice.
Rubbing is racing. The horse, Mina, with your 18, you go to force the turn, and you pull on the reins hard enough that the head turns, but the horse continues forward for a good portion of that, slamming into Bob before actually doing what you want them to do, and your entire cart scrapes up against the side of Bob.
Sorry, Bob.
Bob takes 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay. So you guys continue on. You're at the home stretch. You can see the ground floor of this cliffside. And everybody please make a perception check for me. Eleven, 2.
15.
So it doesn't even matter if I had anything to add to my rolls for.
Fancy.
All right.
Wow.
You still see it because you're passive. Off in the distance, anybody who rolled a 10 or higher, you can see like a shadow, because the sun is now setting, and the shadow of the cliffside is very long. But you can see a darker spot on the ground, probably about a mile or so off of the cliffside. And you're looking at it, you're not sure what it is, and then you can see, boop, boop, some lights come on. Boop, boop, boop.
It's
Ground
town.
level. Seems to be.
Or it's an encamped army.
Do the lights have any sort of pattern to them, or?
Yeah, with her natural 20, does she see more than we do?
With your natural 20, it looks like, it looks like there was a row of lights coming on.
Oh. Okay.
And then, after a couple moments, from the other, like, just a little bit of distance from those, the row come on, like, towards you.
Okay, it's the lights.
It's an airport runway. Suddenly you see cones of light doing this.
Looking to see if there are any like smoke plumes or anything like from we may be too far, like from chimneys, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think you're a little too far for that.
Okay.
Well, we keep going down.
Yep, I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, she meant physically.
Well, you know, I'll be right back, guys. Mentally.
I was talking about in-game. I thought she meant her character said she'd be right back. Not herself.
Not her body.
Oh. Where's she gonna go? So what do you guys like to do? Cause we'll just, you make it down.
We're gonna keep going all the way down. I mean,
Yeah, you make
it's
it,
not like we
you
got
make
a
it all the
choice.
way down.
We do make it all the way down.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we should camp for the night and then go to the town tomorrow because we don't really know anything about it, and having light and sleep and stuff would be a good thing before we face unknowns, unless Mina knows what this town is and knows what to expect.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Do I?
Make a history check.
By the way, could you give us the world map back?
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, sorry about that. No, I want you to keep looking at those horses and those carts and realize what you've done.
Well, I had to like move them to understand what you were talking about, so it worked for a little bit. I was like, oh, okay.
Get rid of your tokens up here. Don't need those up there. Alright. So you guys probably, is it shift ping? I think it's shift ping. Yeah, you guys are probably like right there.
I can't. Hold on. Where are we? Oh.
Let me draw you a dot in the greens. You're like right there-ish.
We are, and this is
Stop-
underneath
stop
the
hanging
mountains?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
below, not underneath.
Well, yes, below the mountains.
But the mountains are here, and there's still this space of land. Do you see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah. These are, this is not below the mountains. The mountains are up on top, away from the cliffside.
We've
So
gone through them.
you traversed through a cave system.
So the cave system went down underneath this land.
Under the
And then
mountains
came
and then
out to a hole.
out the side. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. So we bypassed that village.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep,
Okay.
you did.
Joe.
Yes.
Well, we made it to our destination without realizing that's where we were going.
So.
We were planning on going to the village first, and then going to some stairs that led down, but we made it to the netherworld.
Mm-hmm.
25.
25. I mean, you know that there are villages scattered around the netherworld, just like there are villages scattered around topside. And this particular village, would you know its name? That's the question.
I would assume being near a passage to the upper world, it would be fairly well known.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's not off in, the middle of nowhere. There's a major route between the Netherward and the upper world, like right here.
Yeah. You probably think that is Shroudhorn. You're muted. Oh, you're not muted. You just mouthed that.
Yes.
Out of curiosity, just side note, did we ever find the body of whatever his name was?
You didn't tell me you were looking for him.
Right, exactly. So, all right. We should have had an eye out for him.
So I let everybody know that I've heard of the village, but I don't really know much about it. That's not kind of what exists.
Okay. So you guys are making camp for the night?
I
Yeah.
guess alarm again.
Doing the same watches?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to move
take-
away from the ramp a little
Okay.
ways. And try and find some like recess or alcove up against the wall to
Okay.
make camp in.
Okay.
I cast
Who's
alarm so that it's as far away
Okay.
from the thing as we can get. The like
Okay.
wall.
who is going to take first watch?
We did the same as before,
We'll do
right?
the same
Yeah.
same watches.
Okay. I'm gonna call it there though,
Okay.
because I have to prep something that I didn't
With
think
that
I was
group
gonna
of-
have to prep.
With those lights that we saw.
And we didn't look for the guy's body on the way down.
It got carried by the water.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. Anyway,
Reaching the end game here soon.
I have my
yeah,
full
yeah.
armor.
So, alright guys, thank you for watching. I gotta actually prep something now that I don't usually have to do. Gotta think of how I'm gonna word this.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that.
You shouldn't. Anyway, if you're an announcement, if you're watching live or you're watching a rerun, you are earning gold pieces, which you can use in my store to buy the 4 things that I currently have. Maybe add more to that. That's my announcement. I should be back next week with Curse of, like, Monkey Island 2. I can't remember if it's the Curse of or the Return to or whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember.
The Return of the Curse.
Return of the Curse of Monkey Island, yes.
The son of the Return of the
It's
Curse.
LeChuck's Revenge.
The return of the thing that went away.
Return of the Curse of Monkey Island 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
So I'll be back doing that next week. Try to get a normal streaming schedule. It won't ever happen, but I'll try. Anyway, tell us who you are and where we can find you on the interwebs. Emily!
I'm Good as a Kitty on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. And I am here on Sundays and one Saturday a month while we play our fantasy HQ.
Okay.
I'm Nancy. You can find me ISChickyPoo or Diasonon on Twitter, and I'm also in World of Warcraft as Von Waller or Diasonon.
On the Midgard River.
Do what?
On the Moonguard server.
On the Moonguard server, exactly. That's about it.
Jeff.
Hello. You can't find me on the internet because I am taking break from the Twitter. It is
probably good,
very
yeah.
anxiety-inducing.
Really is.
But
Very.
you can find me here on Sundays playing Basil.
And Danny.
And I'm Tunarth in chat. I'm Colin65 on Twitter, where I don't really do anything but retweet the things that I am in, one of which is this, which hopefully you've enjoyed. And the other one is our Fantasy Age campaign, which will be resuming in
The 13th,
like 2 weeks
yeah.
from yesterday. 2 weeks
The 13th, I
from
think, right?
yesterday.
That-
13th of July.
Yes. Barring any unforeseen circumstances. And,
Yay, real life.
yeah. And, yeah. Hopefully
All right.
we won't be reaching the end game sooner
Extending.
than we expect.
Trying to extend this as much as I can. But, yeah, I'll be back next week, and we'll see what I prep for the things that happened today that I didn't expect to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get to... We're getting pretty close to the end game.
You,
Yeah, I
you've already
think what
entered
she's
the end game.
referring to is didn't think she expected me to chuck the gnome off the edge of the world.
Yeah, that's...
But she should have.
Not...
That is very Coltashy to chuck a gnome off a...
Not after a deal was made with one of your other party members, though.
Yeah, but Coltash didn't know about that one.
Basil
I told him.
Oh, that's right. You did tell him. That's right. Coltash just being Coltash.
However, one of the tenets of conflict, no mercy. A defeated enemy is a dead enemy. I never take prisoners.
What's your alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, I never got a chance. I was going to try something, but I was going to try a deception.
Okay.
But
That's
no,
it, guys.
somebody stole
That's it,
it.
guys. Have a good
Bye,
rest of your
Internet.
Sunday. We'll see you guys later. Hey, Judo, coming in just as we're ending. Bye!
Bye.